What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of An Honest Conversation about hip-hop. It is your boy, the one and only hip-hop old head, a.k.a. D. Moraney, a.k.a. hip-hop's Uncle Phil. And tonight with me, I have the one and only.
It's your boy, Sean Capone, the greatest rapper never known. Got him stretching like a Bowflex. It's Capone, give more coochie than the Kotex. Don't rock a Rolex just to make a throat stretch. I need a home record, listen to with phone threats. Yeah.
Oh, you giving some bars away, huh? Brims to my laces, Sean Capone?
Man. Hey, that's what's on the playlist right now.
Okay. Featuring the one and only, Cocaine?
Mr. Cocaine.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Cocaine, and they can find that out there in the internet. Sean Capone, Brims to my laces.
Tidal.
It's everywhere.
Anywhere you stream music, man.
Yeah, go check him out. He's verified when it comes to his music. Not his Instagram or his Twitter.
Yeah, don't send your mama my way. We gonna get some trouble with shit.
It's that season, man. It's that baby mama season.
The baby mama season, man. That's year round, baby. Shit, we do it like it's like these elementary schools and shit, man. They just got tracks, you know what I mean? Shit, track A, B, C, D, E, F, and G.
So you still prefer the baby mama over the single woman with no kids?
Nah, I'm leaning toward the single woman with no kids. I get to be, man, I'm older now, and I get to be selfish. So, you know what I mean? I can take my pick. Single women with no kids is kind of hard to come by. It's ain't
a
too
rarity
many out there.
Yeah, definitely. So, man, how you been? You been good?
Nah, man, good, man. Living, working, and living the dream, bro.
Yeah, man. Now, a couple weeks back, you were talking about Luke was throwing some Super Bowl party out in Miami or whatever. We didn't really hear anything about that, but what we heard about was this stripper bowl. Have you heard about the stripper bowl?
I seen. What is it? The Edgerrin James.
I don't know if it was. I mean, there was a lot of people that
I want to say it was. I want to say it was. I seen all the money on the floor.
Yeah.
And the hoes couldn't pick it up. Edgerrin James is cold as a motherfucker.
I don't know if it was Edgerrin James. I think it was.
But it was his event. I think it was.
It was okay. Him and like
was,
QC or whatever, quality control. Yeah, crazy, man. They ended up making something like $700.
That was it.
Dancer, yeah, because there was a tax of $350 to perform, to dance. Then I guess every girl got like a G. So after you paid your $350, you walked away for that. Now I'm assuming most of these females were staying in hotels in the Super Bowl weekend. So I don't know what the cost of that is, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be cheap.
No.
So now you're cashing out there. Then everything else that you have to, you basically went out there for a free weekend.
Nah, I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, they could have made more money at home, you know what I mean, working their local club than what they did with that. But I mean, shit, they trying to, have a fucking Dame Lillard get them pregnant or some shit during the Super Bowl. So you know what I mean? Like they looking for a come up like that, and that's worth more than $150.
Yeah, but do you think that they're definitely trying to get that come up? But do you think they pursuing, or do you think they setting the trap? Meaning like they working in another club and Dame's falling through. And we hate to use Dame Lillard because I don't know if he got a woman or if he's married or whatever. But we'll say we'll just say pro athlete, right? So pro athlete, because there's more than just basketball players who are going to be in town for the Super Bowl, right? So pro athlete goes down there, whatever. Do you think the pro athlete's going to fall in the trap, or do you think it's going to be someone who's pursuing pro athlete, making sure if she sees pro athlete in the club, she's on pro athlete? You know what I mean?
It could be both. You know what I mean? Like, man, right place, right time, and the fucking planets align. Shit's going down. Right. You know what I mean?
So then the average chick who say is pursuing has to spend some bread in order to get next to pro athlete.
It's an investment.
So
she's trying to get to who's a kid, or who's a cat with like 7 kids with 7 different baby mamas, Cromartie or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, shout out to him.
Hey, catch him slipping on a Long Island, and it's a wrap, homie.
On the adios.
Yeah, shit.
So then think about it just from the money side of things. So now this old girl got to spend money on Saturday to go try to catch Cromartie or pro athlete. You know what I mean? And then again, you only getting the $750 or whatever from Sunday. So you really taking the L unless you're doing other things to recoup the funds. Because if you solely
shit, they probably doing. You know what I mean? Hey.
Well, the fucked up and the realistic part of this, and we don't mean to be disrespectful, is that probably a lot of them had to do something strange for a little change to go ahead and get back home. Especially if you had delusions of grandeur. You hear Quality Control, right? That's a big label. You know, Cardi was there. Yeah. You know, the Migos there. Super Bowl. It's going to be huge.
That's crazy.
So you probably flying out.
Better than that,
the plane tickets to fly out if you flew from out of town. You know what I mean? We're not even talking about that. Transportation. So you spending big chips to get out there, like you said,
that
on
might
that
have been
investment.
all comp though for them.
No way.
Yeah, man, come on now.
They're not comping that, bro. They're
you
not.
Don't think so?
You think that
Quality
Quality
Control?
Control
Had them at Motel 6 and loaded them up in a Hyundai or Sonata and shit like that, and that's it, man.
You think Quality Control and Eder and James, who
they
you
got
said
the
is his
paper
event,
to do it.
but why? Why do you do that? I'm gonna fly off these dancers, and no disrespect. You know how many dancers are in Miami alone?
But that's probably where they got them from. I mean, I
Well,
don't
no,
think
I'm telling you,
anything.
the shit I've read in the videos I've seen, these broads flew from out of town to come work this event because it was supposed to be this big event.
But they ain't complaining.
Oh yes, they are. They heated. They heated.
Oh,
They
shit.
heated.
Could have made more money working at Raising Cane's and shit for the weekend, you know? Shit.
Well, that's hella shifts, but
Yeah, well, it's a long weekend, but shit.
you still would have been slanging chicken at the end of the day.
Man, you
You
know
know what I
shit.
mean? But yeah, that's crazy, man. So we haven't sat down since the Super Bowl. So quick thoughts on that. Did you think the Niners choked, or do you think it was just Mahomes finally getting it together and carving out his moment in Super Bowl history?
I mean, the Niners are young, and I mean, their game is intimidating and beating people up, you know. And with Mahomes don't have quit, and the Niners weren't ready for that. And that was my fear with the Niners is when it came down to that, could Jimmy G respond on a back and forth? And he's been doing it pretty much throughout the year and against elite quarterbacks. But with Mahomes got balls of steel. Like, he don't let that shit affect him. He keep going at it. He threw 2 picks and he thought it was over with. And he just need to get one completion to get him into rhythm. I've seen Mahomes put up fucking 4 touchdowns in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And that's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? The game, we were up on them and they did that shit to us. So with the Niners, I knew that if KC was in striking distance towards the end, it was going to be in trouble because it'll be a battle between Mahomes and Garoppolo.
Yeah, we were here chilling, and you said if it's close in the fourth, that it's Mahomes going to get it.
Yeah.
And
it's his game.
Yeah, he definitely did. So,
but shout out to the Niners. I ain't mad. They got a young nucleus, you know what I mean, and this is just experience. So I believe they will be back. You know what I mean? At least in the NFC, fighting to get into the Super Bowl.
Everybody in the NFC is getting older.
You think so?
Green Bay,
But
New Orleans, Seattle.
But New Orleans, they got New Orleans is really not that old other than Drew Brees.
Well, but that's the man.
But you got Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, are they going to keep him?
Are they going to keep him? Brees says, I don't know if I'm not
they want to
back.
keep Hill, the receiving quarterback. So that's not Brees.
I'm just illustrating that the quarterbacks, Atlanta, Matt Ryan, my boy, they're getting older.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's not super young, but he's at that time right now where he can be in his prime, where some of these guys are falling off. You got the kid from the Cardinals who's getting better, but the Cardinals as a franchise aren't going to make it even.
Hey, Fitzgerald doing after the season.
Goff and the Ram. They're
Gurley. They're trying to shop Gurley.
Yeah, they're all over the place. So I'm trying to think who else I'm missing. Jameis is just out there throwing TDs and INTs.
Carolina don't know what they're doing with Cam.
Right.
Minnesota's kind of middle.
Minnesota's Minnesota though. And something always seems to derail them. So
they're not this quarterback. That's all. They probably need to bring Teddy back.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I think that I agree with you. I think the Niners can be a force for years to come.
Dallas.
I'm not sold on Dallas. They got to get a receiver.
True that.
They got to get a one.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
But once they do, they'll be all right.
I mean, they thought Amari was going to be the one.
Yeah, but Amari's not that dude. You know what I mean? You know, I like Amari, but he's not number one. He's a good number two.
Right.
You gotta have somebody take away
Yeah.
from the safety and the double coverage, and it's not Amari, unfortunately.
Yeah,
He'll break it every once in a while, but he's not gonna do it every game.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, but a good football season, I say. You know what I mean? So props
What you
to.
think about this XFL shit about to kick off tomorrow?
I don't care.
Are you entertaining it?
Nah.
Nah.
You know,
I
me.
love the game, so I just want to see what I want to see what it's like. You know what I mean? Like it's rough for them to go in there. Fuckers were drafted in November, and they're running the game here in February. You know what I mean? Like
It's crazy.
Like fuck.
And so, you know, I mean, the first time it came around, yes, I was caught up in the mania that was WWF or E at the time or whatever. Since, you know, I think Vince is a scummy individual. Not that these NFL owners aren't, but I just think and his product is horrible now. So I expect for this to be ridiculously overdone. And you know what? I'm not that much of a football fan to watch guys that
Didn't make it.
not so much didn't make it, but just I don't care. Once the Super Bowl's over, I'm done. I'm waiting for college football next.
Crazy.
I don't want to see.
Crazy.
You know, I don't want to see. Man, remember when they had the Arena League in Anaheim?
Yeah.
That shit was cool, but now it's on TV. I'm not seeking it out. It's just I don't know.
Seeking it out, but shit. I mean, hey, I'm seeking the shit out tomorrow. I'm excited, man. I mean,
Good.
I love football, so I mean, I'm checking it out.
What's the Cali team?
Yeah, I don't know the fucking teams. I'm just watching football.
I would like to. It would be cool to take Deuce to something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Taking our kids.
$8 tickets.
Yeah,
shit,
taking
like,
our kids, but I'm not gonna actively find it on TV and watch it and DVR it. Nah.
I'm checking it out. I ain't got shit to do tomorrow,
All right.
so I'm checking it out.
Props to the XFL. No hate.
Yeah.
I'm just not fucking with you. So speaking of two people not fucking with each other, Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj, former lovers, former friends, ride or die, bae, right? They got at it, went at it on Twitter, but this had kind of stemmed from some shit that went down Grammy weekend. Somehow they both ended up in the same store. Meek's entourage, Nick and her dude's entourage, some words were exchanged and whatnot. Previous to that, James Harden was, I think, on his IG or some shit, had leaked a little snippet of a song where it appears that Meek is speaking on Nicki and her dude. And then so basically this spearheaded into Nicki jumping on Twitter and saying some crazy shit that Meek beat his sister and try to put hands on her and just all this just all this crazy shit. They did a whole back and forth, only later to announce that they both were dropping music. And then the day after, you know, basically say, hey, you know what, I got music out, I need to focus on that, not any petty shit. So Simon, what say you when we come to this Nicki and Meek Mill situation?
Man, it sound like a publicity stuff. I didn't know they was dropping music and shit. I know that they were getting personal, and man, I know breakups and shit like that go the wrong way, and you don't feel the same, and there's an anger on shit left on a bad note. But they were kind of getting personal for it to be a publicity stunt. He's talking about her brother.
Yeah.
He's talking about whooping her ass, and you know what I mean, like. How far is too far to sell a fucking record? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what? Neither one of them are, you know, musically gifted. So you know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do with shit. You know, I mean, that Meek, that's his MO, because he went after Drake. You know what I mean? Before with his shit just out of nowhere, and you know.
Supposedly he was on drugs when he did that. That's what he copped to. He said he was on drugs.
Well, I mean. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's like all this shit is petty. Be about the music, but I guess when you an artist, that's what you concerned about. And unfortunately, they're puppets. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody broke. Neither one of them combined. We can fucking lock them in a room for 15 years, and they couldn't combine for a classic album. You know what I mean? shit, throw him Devontae and DJ Premier and fucking Pharrell.
That's cold.
You know, they couldn't pop a hit.
I think what ended up happening was basically this. I think it was real as far as why they were beefing. And then I think that's when the label stepped in and said, hey, you got music coming out. You got music coming out. Let's use this some other way. Let's turn this into music is dropping. Apologize and go ahead and move it on now that these eyes are on you rather than letting it, spill out of control. Because Nicki's dude is a gangster. He was painted earlier today as being a pedophile. They were supposedly released, or not a pedophile, but a supposedly abuser of women, rape and shit. They released a whole bunch of. He's got. If it's him, I saw it on one of these sites where it was just pages and pages of his mugshot and some crazy shit. Meek says, "Hey, Nick, your brother knew, or you knew your brother was having sex with that little girl. You said nothing, so just a lot of nastiness on both sides.
Personal shit,
it's definitely personal. That's why, I don't know, I think this is more, okay, this shit got out of hand, and this industry comes in and say, let's clean it up and try to spin it into a positive.
Yeah.
But.
Well, it could be, because they don't want to back and forth. And I don't know, if you're going back and forth, as a man, you shouldn't be going back and forth with a woman on social media and shit like that anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to feed into that. That's what women do. You know what I mean? You don't want to feed into that energy and all that. So, I don't condone all that shit. I hope he sell all 5 records that he got.
He said all 5. Damn.
And she sell the other 6. You know what I mean? Like, just be about your business. Fucking perfect your craft and worry about the music, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, musically, neither one is really that concerned.
No, that's some real shit. Speaking of concerns, a lot of people were concerned with the comments, or not so much the comments, but how Gayle King handled the Kobe Bryant interview, asking Lisa Leslie.
Doghead bitch. Yeah.
So along comes Snoop to basically ether Gayle, right? But also he was throwing haymakers at Gayle, but he was also playing peacemaker by bringing Richie Rich and E40 together to have a sit down and squash their beef. So I'm first going to ask you, in regards to Kobe, will it ever be okay to discuss the allegations against him and what took place now that he's passed? Is this always going to be a taboo subject that we shouldn't speak on that? I mean, I feel the question was out of context. I definitely do. I think it was, but at any point, is that something where, we'll be able to ask that question?
I mean, yeah, you should definitely be able to ask the question. I just think it's too early and as tragically.
Agreed.
As tragically as he went, I think that it's insensitive for his family, and his kids. I mean, they're going through enough, and there's no need to
haven't even buried him yet. Yeah.
To tarnish him, at this moment, he went through it. I mean, this shit happened, you know what I mean? But I don't think that they should put it out there like that, or reach to get some ratings or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. I think it's very insensitive.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I understand how people can be attached to certain things, like this is my calling, or I'm a crusader for this and a crusader for that, and sometimes they get so blinded by their own ambitions or needs or whatever it may be, that they forget that on the opposite end of that, this person is still a human being. Like you said, well, they haven't even buried him yet. Yeah. And you're already giving your opinion on a national platform. You could have said something or not said something, but if you want to give your opinion to your little inner circle in these times, not on your platform when a friend of his is trying to honor him and mourn him. It just seemed real shady on my part.
I mean, they're reaching. I don't know what the fuck's up with her and Oprah. as far as going after brothers and shit like that.
Russell, yeah.
You know what I mean? They got shit. They the Klan. They doing more dirt than the Klan. You know what I mean? Because they trying to, take down everybody. And I mean,
But then she's quiet when it comes to Harvey Weinstein.
That's buddy.
That shit's
buddy,
crazy.
You know what I mean? And that shit ain't right, man. We gotta protect our heroes, cause shit, it ain't easy getting the fuck out of these situations and winning. You know what I mean? And it's
Real talk.
We gotta. I mean, nobody's perfect, man. Everybody got fucking skeletons in the closet and shit like that. And if they're doing wrong, man, let them deal with that in God. You know what I mean? Like shit.
Yeah.
Let's not tarnish them. I mean, we don't have to endorse it. You know what I mean? But let's not demean our people more than what the fuck we've been demeaned at already. So,
Yeah.
I'm not with that shit. So Oprah and them, they deserve every bit of it. So hey, Snoop, I think that was light. You know what I mean? And I think Snoop would still be halfway respectful, because he wanted to say more.
What'd you think about the Bill Cosby shout out that Snoop got? So Bill Cosby's people said, or it was Bill Cosby, I guess, from prison.
Hey man,
thank you, and
Bill Cosby's a dick. You know what I mean? And it's known he's a dick to the industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as other stars and shit like that, and I let you know that shit he's in a humbling situation right now, and hey, somebody got to speak up, and that should have been Bill. That should have been Bill doing this shit and doing right
instead of raping females.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want
to. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it should have been him.
Yeah.
In a position that he was in to be one of the most popular cats in the fucking country at that time. When he had shit, he was at top or on top. So I mean, he's paying for his crime now.
Yeah.
And it's still not what he's gonna have to deliver with God, but. Like I said, being in prison and shit like that, and being public enemy number one, that shit humbled him. So you know what I mean? Fuck. Snoop is speaking up. He's not out of pocket. He's not being disrespectful and no shit like that. We need more people to fucking speak up and start defending us as a whole.
What did you think about the Roddy Rich? I mean, it's Roddy Rich, the Richie Rich E40 beef. The whole, hey, E40 got exposed in a Raider jersey, Raider gear, so he called Rich a snitch. Rich asked him to provide paperwork. He couldn't, and it was pretty much the end of the beef. And like I said, Snoop got him to sit down over some food. They talked, and I think everything was all good. But is Snoop... One. Let me ask you about the beef. Was it silly? What'd you feel?
No, I mean, calling somebody a snitch is very, that's a big fucking, that's a big claim to put on anybody, and you can't do that shit, and especially out here, especially you gotta have paperwork on that shit, man, because you fucking up his whole fucking legacy, you know what I mean, or his whole reputation. So, yeah, motherfuckers get killed for snitching, depending on where you're at. So you can't throw him out there. Shit, he threw him out there on social media. So, you can't be doing that. With 40, it's out of pocket. I think Richie Rich was clowning, just joking or whatever. But 40 got out of hand saying the wrong shit, and he said it. But I give him props. I give Snoop props in having him talk it out and iron everything, all their issues, and just killing it. You know what I mean? That's what it should be done. And that, all this back and forth on social media, man, it put motherfuckers in danger, man.
Yeah, makes people more accessible, and also the fans of these people sometimes are worse. They're the ones that
they
might,
vested,
they're the ones that might spark something. But is Snoop the hip hop uncle we need? Coming to the rescue, checking folks, is
yeah. I mean, yeah, because that's what, with hip hop, we've got the forefathers and stuff like that, but it's still growing. So I mean, we need that older influence, to kind of check all of us, as far as if we out of pocket, So I mean, Snoop always been a cool cat, and his opinion has always been respected. And now that he's older, shit, he's wiser. And I mean, I don't mind him taking that position. Like I said, we need that. We need that guidance and somebody calling us out if we out of pocket.
Real spit. So guiding the younger generation. You see the clip of, or not the clip, you see the video of Lil Nas X and Nas.
They're doing too much.
Doing too much.
Doing
so
too much.
Is that whatever the name of that song is that a bigger L for Nas than Takeover?
Nah, I mean, no. I mean, 'cause Takeover was pretty bad. Takeover. I mean, it was
right.
It was shots. I mean, with this, it's. I mean, I don't know why Nas did it. Maybe to kind of blend in with the younger generation, show some love, or just money.
Bridge the gap, probably. You know, I mean, here's a little rapper named Little Nas X. You are Nas. You're probably gonna do a song with him if he has that type of notoriety.
Yeah, gotta sell records. But I mean, I don't think Nas in a position where he got to. I don't think he's hurting like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's about hurting, like you said earlier, staying relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you are showing up in more Google searches, if your name is ringing more bells, then, more businesses are going to want to attach themselves to what you're doing.
True.
So you always want to be winning in every aspect in life if you're trying to put together this big, huge, conglomerate.
You're trying to build your portfolio.
You're trying to build your empire. Yeah, I feel you on that. But I think that's probably what it was. You know what I mean? Nas's verse was cool on the track. I just don't like Little Nas X. I'm not a big fan.
Did you run it back?
I did not. Did not and probably would not. So you're not feeling it?
No.
Okay. So Erykah Badu.
That I'm feeling.
The one and only.
Peace out to revolution.
Is following in Gwyneth Paltrow's footsteps and releasing some sort of
shit on Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, of course she is. Some sort of fragrance, whether it's a perfume or some incense that happens to smell like the tulip of Miss Badu. So, Simon, question for you: if they drop, are you copping?
Like I'm not. You know what? I'm not hunting. I'm not hunting to see what locations hold it and shit like that. But if a motherfucker was somewhere and I seen that shit on the shelf, I'd probably cop. I'm nasty like that. Hey, I gotta see what the fuck turned out by Andre and Common and DOC. Like, man.
So you would just lay by the candle.
I wish she had the golden ticket of that motherfucker so I could taste it and shit. You know what I mean? Shit. Scratch, sniff, and lick. You know.
Willy Wonka status.
Hey, you better believe Oompa Loompa in that shit up,
that's
man.
That's crazy. I'm gonna tell you right now. She does this. I mean, she says she's done it. She says it's coming. She took some cut up panties, and somehow was able to, with the alchemy of Miss Badu, was able to deliver this vagina scented candle. It's gonna do numbers. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Hell yes.
Nah, man.
Come on, bro. Come on. It's Badu.
No, I know it's Badu.
It's Badu. It's doing
numbers. It probably smell like cherries in heaven and shit.
I'm not, as a married man, I'm not even wondering what it smells like. I'm talking about how much it's gonna make. It's gonna be. It's gonna be a limited edition. Probably, I don't know, maybe 100 pieces. I'm just exaggerating. That could be less. They might have announced more. But just for the candles. Yeah, they're easily going for, I don't know, I would say maybe you could get away with $150.
Damn. Yeah?
Yeah.
That exclusive?
I think so. Yeah.
See, I ain't copping if it's like that, yo.
Yeah, first run. I think first run she can definitely get that.
Damn.
But props to her. So about
we get a sample though.
Hit her with your IG, bro. Come on.
Simon Capone, Kapone, SIMKAPONE. Send them, baby.
There you have it. So about the same time we get Erica Badu, Vagina Scented Candle, we're supposedly gonna get Jay Electronica's debut album finally. Now, I like Jay. Jay's dope. But is this a bad move? Should he drop music or should he just stay
What the
out
hell?
of the-
What the hell does he do?
He-
I mean, he's a musician, or
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing shows. I don't think he's writing songs. He was with
How this motherfucker eating, man?
well, he was with the Rothschilds. He was with the he was messing with the one of the he broke up a Rothschild marriage. So his girl was a Rothschild or is a Rothschild. So that was her that was her dude. He was flying around with her and living whatever life he was living. They're no longer together.
So you gotta write records again. I don't think the love is gonna be there, man.
Please send her to me and cross my heart and I love you.
Oh, man.
That's one of the hard. Just Blaze killed that sample, man. Cross my heart and I love you. That shit, woo. I hope it's fire, man. But
What do you think he's gonna be talking about, though?
I'm hoping he's talking about all the shit he was talking about before, the atoms and the, all that crazy shit. I want to hear it, especially this is the time now when everything's going on with Trump and all this other crazy stuff or whatnot, the rap game, Tekashi. I mean, I would love to hear what Jay has to say, but it's got to be fire and it's got to be this.
Did he say who's producing it? They didn't release that?
No, he did. It just was a series of Instagram posts where he's like, it's coming. Jay's on the record supposedly. Album dropping. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But if not, it's just a big L for him. And I don't mean, one of the GOAT rapper big L's. I meant like a big L. You know what I mean?
You think he's done at
this point, if he drops it, and it's whack, it's a rap. It's a rap. No one's ever gonna listen to it again. But why?
Think so?
You teased us with a record for almost a decade, maybe a little bit over. Could be wrong. And then you drop Boo Boo.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see who's producing it and what. Like I said, he's gonna have to talk out some outlandish shit. You know what I mean? For to catch us. You know what I mean?
Def. I mean, I hope, like I said, I hope it's a collection of everything he sat back, went through, and written. And I hope it has a mixture of the bullets, or there's this band that they use that that accompanies them, and this one sister who's on a couple of his joints her voice is so dope, the hooks are so dope. So I don't know. I mean, I hope he drops something, and if he does, I hope it's dope. But if not, it's just a big L. It's not going to do well if it's just ho hum. He's got to be like far superior to everybody else. There's just too much on his name at this point. It's almost like folklore. It's like if you think about it. If you found out Bigfoot tomorrow was just a undiscovered monkey in Oregon, you'd be like, what? All that shit for this? It's just a regular gibbon that lives in Oregon? Come on now. You're definitely going to be disappointed. So he has to deliver something that is going to definitely...
So are you expecting a classic?
It has to be. He can't drop anything less because it's been so long.
But I mean, nothing classic has came out in a while. You know what I mean? Like,
But so he's supposed to be the one. He was supposed to be the one.
Shit. Listen,
Hey, man.
he's not
Puff.
fucking Anakin Skywalker.
Listen,
and
Puff
shit.
co-signed him. T.I. co-signed him. Jay co-signed him. I know I'm missing some people. But he's had every big-time dude who's in this business say, you're the one. Q-Tip. All these guys.
I don't know, but hey, sometimes, man, that ship sails, bro.
Right.
You
So that's
know,
what I'm
and
saying.
I don't know if...
So if you drop, you got to drop a classic. If not, the ship has sailed, my brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't expect too much, bro.
Hey.
I can just tell you straight out, don't expect too much. Because artistically, you know what I mean, it's talent. You can be as talented as you are. But, I mean, if you're not working on your craft, and I know this motherfucker ain't been working on his craft for the last 10 years consistently. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe he's been in the stew the last 6.
The last 6 years?
And he's lathered up. He's ready to go.
6 years to fucking produce an album?
Not 6. I'm saying the last 6. Let's say months.
No, all right.
He's been in the studio. Let's say the last 6 months. I don't have any inside info. I'm just speculating. I mean, can he get himself reacclimated to the vibe and?
That's in 6 months, 10 years off, in 6 months. Like, motherfucker, you need some training and shit before you go hit the floors. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll disagree with you on that one. I think you can make it happen, but
10 years off, and I mean, okay, it ain't like this motherfucker had a work ethic in the beginning. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, dude, that 10 years off was really. I mean, this motherfucker cut, you know, maybe three singles. You know what I mean? Like, 3 singles, yo. Fucking Vanilla Ice has a bigger catalog than him. This motherfucker, you know what I mean? Shit, that's terrible. You know, and you expecting classic? You are daydreaming, motherfucker. Shit.
Well, I know based on his ability, I know if Jay's gonna put it out, he's not gonna let it flop. This is on Rock Nation, and you know Jay's always gonna make sure that Rock Nation is looking as best as it can. So if it doesn't come out, it either he was bullshitting or it was just a whack album, and Jay didn't want to go ahead and put it out.
I'll give you that.
So sad news before we wrap up. Future's son, 17-year-old young man, was arrested on weapons charges and some other charges. And Future is going to make sure that his son gets the correct legal representation to get him out of the situation, man. But we are both fathers. How hard do you think it is for someone at Future's level to really parent his child effectively?
I mean, it's hard, but shit, it's hard to parent at any fucking level. You know what I mean? So he's got to get shit done and be accountable, man. He's got other motherfuckers raising his kids, and you know, kids running. His son is running around with gangs, and you know that's who's taking over the father role over Future, man. So I don't give a fuck what Future does for him as far as the legal representation, but man, that's his bad, man. As a father, you got to make sure your sons are straight, and you know they're on the correct path. And obviously, the young man is misled, and unfortunately, man, this is something that he's gonna have to pay for.
Yeah. It's sad because, like you said, you have to be active, and you try to be active as you can in all your kids' lives. But when you have as many kids as Future, and you probably don't have the right relationships with the baby mothers or the mother of the children, how do you maintain that? Does he just get a big ranch and get all the kids to come out and raise them all at, you know, one type of shit? Or, you know, how do you
gotta think about that. You gotta think about them consequences when you're nutting these girls.
Future's so high on lean, he wasn't even thinking about it. You know, to have the amount of kids he had in such a short period of time. But now that you have them here, what are you gonna do? You can get in their own house where the baby mamas live, and in the house with the.
You got to. You know, man, you gotta control the situation. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure that you gotta take care of the woman that's taking care of your kid. You know what I mean? And if you got the means to do so, why not? You know, and shit. If you're gonna take care of them, I don't see them having a problem being, you know, I wouldn't say next door to each other and shit like that, but kind of in the same area, in the same neighborhood, to where he could be accessible to them to check on them, or the kids can come over to him, you know, to where it's not too far from where they stay. But if he's taking care of all that shit, yeah, it's a clusterfuck, and there's a bunch of mixed and angry emotions involved in this. But money will help you work that out as far as, you know, financially being there for him and making the kids and the moms available to you, you know. So
right.
So he can work it out. It ain't gonna be easy, but it definitely can be done. He's got to figure something fucking out. That Russell Wilson can't take care of all your kids. You know what I mean?
Nah, and props to them, man, because wasn't Seattle, Sierra and Russ just announced they're having another baby or something to that effect. So man, props.
I'm not up on that shit.
Yeah, no, I saw it on the gram yesterday. So props to them. They're expecting their second child.
Russ over there getting in the goodies, huh?
Hey man, he's doing.
Hey Sierra, I thought the goodies stay in the jar, bitch.
That's somebody's wife, man.
I'm fucking around.
Russ gonna run up on you and ask you.
Oh man.
He's gonna say, "Hey, bro, we gotta catch a fade, bro."
Wood and shit, man.
Russ is like what, 5'8"?
You know what I mean, man? I'll fuck Russ up, man.
I'd love to see that, man. You and Russ squabbing. I think Russ will get you. He like sweep your leg or something like that. And be all bing.
This guy is intoxicated on something, man. I don't know what you was sipping on.
So no, for real, you think there's no way that Russ is gonna get you
in a fight?
In a fight, just straight up hand speed.
The fuck
Russ
out of here, man. Fuck that. Fuck hand speed. Body slamming his motherfucking ass. He ain't having that shit, man.
Nah, all jokes aside, I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just playing with you. Man, before we get out of here, you want to wish anybody well? You want to say anything before we shake?
Wish everybody well, man. Get it, man. Give off good energy. Love your folks, man, and shit. Take care. Thanks for tuning the fuck in, listening to us. Talk this shit and shit. Peace to y'all, man.
Yeah, definitely. Peace to y'all. Again, as always, get well to our boy Big Pooh. Hope you're listening. Man, as Simon said, positive energy in 2020, man. Just do right and
take care of your kids. Don't be beefing with your ex on fucking social media. Stop all this petty shit. Stop tarnishing motherfuckers that, you know what I mean, that ain't here to defend themselves, man. Have some fucking respect.
Yeah, I like that, man. That's some shit we got to start doing ASAP. Let the dead be dead, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let them rest, man.
You know what? And I've done that. I've talked about Pac. I'm not. And you're right. It's time to kind of let that go. It is what it is. Focus on other shit. You know what I mean?
Shit, we need to focus on the living because shit, we ain't living too much longer. You know what I mean? Like shit, we got to take care of what we can take care of before we check out.
Yeah, love your people while they're here. You know where you can find us. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. An honest conversation about hip hop. You can find us on YouTube. Find us on Spotify. You can find us on Google Play. In the background, as always, Nice Rockwell, DeLorean Music. Find him on YouTube as well. Shit, that's it. We're out. Another episode of An Honest Conversation about hip hop. We will be back. Peace.